Hey, what's up, people? How's it going? Hope all's well. All right, I got a good episode today about biting, like biting styles. It comes in a comment that was originally someone trying to troll me or just trying to act like some kind of badass or something, but we'll get into that. First, I want to talk about Black Book. I picked up another Black Book. I got it from Michael's. It's Artist Loft, 80 pages, acid free. So it's a good black book, but it's not even a black book. It's actually an olive color, like a dark, dark green. But it's nice. I like the page texture. A lot of people ask me, what do I go for most? And I guess I go for weight and page. I like a little grit to the page, when I'm pencil sketching. So I got a black book. I am thinking about starting it on January 1st or something. I mean, I don't know if I want to sit there drawing in my black book on New Year's. That's kind of, see what's going on New Year's. I don't want to make no commitment like that. But anyway, it's the start of the new year. I'm thinking about cracking into that black book and starting to do pieces again, like on every page. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I'm thinking more just penciling out the outlines and then maybe inking it just black and leaving it all black. Maybe a little bit of red. I haven't gotten to that yet. I think that'd be cool, like a whole black and white book, but black and white with red, just that. That'd be good and it'd be consistent. One problem I had on the last black book I did was running out of markers. Like D3 had given me a marker set. And, as you use the markers, certain colors start dying out and stuff. And, it started looking a little fadey here and there, and I didn't like that effect. I'd rather just keep it that straight up ink and a little Indian ink and stuff you could splash it on with a toothbrush and shit get funky, even toothpicks, fucking nibs, whatever. I'm thinking about keeping it that way. Anyway, in that black book, somebody commented that about me biting. I'm openly explaining each piece that I drew and possibly where it came from in my mind. Like, for instance, part TDS. Piece that's got the swirl. I'm like, that looks like something, from part. Like I was influenced by part. You're biting this and that. So, I mean, it gets funny because you can tell he's like trying to be a troll or like some kind of badass. He's like, I'm going to check with my New York contacts. Here's what he put it. See, he's going to check to see my pedigree or whatever, my reputation or my what would be the word? See if I'm full of shit or not. I guess, you know what I mean? To check my credibility. There you go. To check my credibility. I really do just push this button, turn it on, and start talking shit. So, it might take a while for me to click up a word or something. Like another one on here, Black Book. I keep saying Black Book, Black Book, Black Book. One guy's like, well, back in my day, they were peace books. I'm like, yeah, still till today, they're peace books. I'm just talking on here, man. like relax a little bit. I get it, man. Like back in my day, they called them fucking peace books too, But anyway, getting back to this one guy. He's like, talking about, you're biting this and that. But I mean, I'm openly, discussing. I'm like, yeah, and this here, this reminds me of like a Vulcan piece that I remember from the Hall of Fame. If you're standing in front of something, you're like a sponge, you're absorbing this stuff. And, so he's going to check with his New York City contacts. Okay? So why don't you put his New York City contacts? And I'm like, hey, it's like he's from Amsterdam. I'm like, Amsterdam. I'm like, Amsterdam can suck my fucking dick, For Amsterdam. And you over here talking about I'm biting. I'm like, your whole concept of graffiti is fucking biting, bro. You're fucking talking about being from fucking Amsterdam? Like, what, you're the first person ever on this earth to pop up the idea to do graffiti? No, you saw what was popping off in all those rapping movies and the breakdancing movies, and you were infatuated with this shit. You ran out, bought yourself a pair of fucking Adidas. You started spinning on your fucking head and using spray paint on the fucking walls. That's what fucking happened to you, okay? So your whole life existence is biting my dick, okay? No, I could tell he was coming to me like a badass, and I really haven't had that lately. So I was thinking I was losing my touch. Like people aren't caring anymore enough to pop shit to me. Like you guys gave up on me. Like I judge my existence through my trolls. Like if I'm not getting trolled and people ain't popping shit to me, I'm like, ah, shit, everyone's gone. Nobody loves me. Like fucking bizarro world type shit, you know? Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, so this guy, I figured let me give him a little extra attention here. And yeah, so he's talking about biting. I'm like, he said, yeah, my letters from Amsterdam. It's in my black book, the video of me opening up my black book. I'm very proud to show you guys my black book that I did from cover to cover. It's like one of the last videos I did. I'll leave it linked in the description below. You'll see this guy's comment, you know? And I'm like, if you are using, like, if you're doing letters and you're doing 3D, you're biting. If you're doing shadowing, you're biting. If you're doing shine lines, you're biting. If you're taking a can of fucking spray paint and you're applying that shit to any fucking surface you can fucking think of, unless it's like the moon, then you're fucking biting. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't even think biting is a thing anymore. I mean, of course you wouldn't, like, I wouldn't want someone to run around doing, like, like I could get the concept of it. Like if I'm doing something like, you see, I wouldn't get mad like Sen 4 with the fire hydrant thing. I really think Sen 4 just was more upset. Not that I was doing fire hydrants, but that I was taking up so much space. You know, like me doing that, the amounts of fire hydrants was fucking his game up. I think that's really deep down inside what he was upset at, because if you think about it, we're all biting. The very first motherfuckers, like, I remember with Sen 4, it's the first thing that pops into my mind. Like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? You know, before my arrest, I couldn't say nothing about my feelings towards this or say, yeah, I remember seeing Sen 4 write on fire hydrants before. I couldn't say that. I was in the shadow. It's illegal writing graffiti. I sat and I watched, you know. And I could say a lot of that would fall into that area. Like, the very, very first person to ever take a marker and write on a New York City subway car. Everyone after that person is biting. Like, technically, like if you're looking at like that logic, like the fire hydrant logic I just broke down to you. So I don't even know if biting is a thing. Now, I could see how biting would be used, but I don't know if it would be used for style. Like, I guess, like even tags, you look, there's people running around and writing people's tags from the past like it's never happened before, you know? You know, like you have, wow, so many different graffiti writers I can think of that are actually just picking tags from graffiti writers from like the 80s and stuff like that. Now, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Like if someone just started running around writing Zephyr all over the place or something like that, you know, or Dondi. Like, yeah, imagine actually, yeah, like something like that. Yeah, that would be some shit. Now, I've seen people do pieces with like Dondi's color schemes and styles, and obviously trying to be like a menage to that, or like dedicated to that. Like even a lot of Scenes whole cars and Lee, you know, people like the Hickey and Ski, people will write two different tags, like their names there, and they'll have Fred and Barney, you know what I'm saying? And so that would be like holding like an homage to the person, almost like out of respect to the person. Now, I don't know. But back in the 80s, like when I was kicking in on it and doing graffiti, yes, biting was a thing. Like if you did like an arrow exactly like someone else and you chopped it off and it's just like you did their style, like say they have an S and you pretty much did their same S in a piece and then just the rest of it, that'd be biting. That'd be fucked up. But nowadays, I don't even know if that would matter, because this is when the styles were being evolved. I'm not saying styles aren't being evolved, but they were I got it. I just figured it out. Like I said, dude, just push this button and turn it on. I just figured it out right here. every, and I do mean every single fucking piece of graffiti that I see, every single graffiti style piece that I see, like graffiti wild style, every single one of those, I could sit and say, wow, that came from Scheme, or that came from Flight, or that came from Knock, or that came from, you know what I mean? Like whether it's like, like even Queens, like you would be able to distinguish a Queens graffiti writer back in the days from like the roundedness of it, and almost like the snotness, like the drippy, and like that whole ghost effect. And I mean, even Cento, he kind of fell into that. I've talked about this somewhere before down the line on one of my videos, where it's like back in the days, I could sit there and be like, yo, that's dudes from Brooklyn, just by his throw up style, and even by the way they do their pieces. And, like you can always tell, like the Bronx is the Bronx and shit like that, Manhattan. And, it was actually distinguished in style. But of course, since the internet, it's been like switched around to people in Ohio writing like a motherfucker in Brooklyn or something, or Queens or Manhattan, so it really, like biting nowadays, when it comes to something like that, like I said, if I bring my 3D in, I'm biting off of someone that would have brought that 3D in like 40-something years ago, 50 fucking years ago. So it's like, is that even a term anymore? Like, is that even a thing to think of as like a rule or something? Now, what would be biting would be like, all right, as far as it goes with like in graffiti, like if someone is constantly doing something, I guess, yeah, like send forward with fire hydrants or something like that, and if you're taking up space or something, like the word he would word it, and biting it. So I could see the concept behind that. Like, suppose you come out and you start smashing garbage trucks and you're doing pink and blue fillings on them. Right? And then someone else comes out and starts hitting garbage trucks also with pink and blue fillings on. Yeah, that'd be like, oh, what the fuck? That's like biting. I mean, if you think back, like who's the first one to like just go ape shit with white spray paint on gates would be me. Everyone else was using like flat black. So what does that mean? Every single person that wrote on a fucking gate with white fucking flat spray paint's biting? No, you're contributing to the art of graffiti. It's a contribute, right? Yeah, that's the way you got to look at it. If not, like, I don't see a way around that. I mean, there's other rules to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? And like the whole biting thing, I don't know. Like if I did a piece, and we are pretty much talking about pieces, because I mean, everyone's just biting everyone's tags and stuff at this point, and it's just, I don't know, half the tags, I can't even begin to fathom where these people came from. Like, it's like, yeah, I guess it's just I stopped paying attention so long ago, I can't even figure out what was developed where and when and why, after like the whole Philadelphia, New York thing and Taki and all that shit and this and that. And there's a break in my brain where I just don't give a fuck. I'm like, who cares? They'll be gone. They'll be gone in a couple of years. They'll be gone. If not, they'll just like never really amount to much. You sit back 10 years later, this person's still hanging in there. I mean, honestly, that's the way I look at it. And then maybe I'll start to pay attention to a person if it's like 20 years have gone by. And I'm like, damn, I've been out here. I've been seeing that shit around a long fucking time. People that actually do get to that level. But yeah, anyway, this guy's talking about in the comments that he had left that biting. I'm like, yeah, I'm openly expressing where I would come up with these styles. Like I remember looking at the one train, this and that. I remember writing on the sixes and this and that. Like when you see something, you can't unsee it. It's like whether it's intentional or subconscious, it's going to come out on paper, whether you mean to do it or not. I guess I don't even know if it would have the balls, but just to not give a fuck. To be honest with you people, if that's what I think that lettering came from, then I'll tell you. I was thinking of a park piece, or I was thinking of this, or I was thinking of that. I don't know. I don't know where that would be wrong because, hey, think about it. Like, how could this person in Amsterdam have created anything? Like, as far as the graffiti culture, get the fuck out of here. I'm like looking at that shit. I'm like, wow, he's probably like 13 years old or something like that, man. He's probably like some little kid and shit, Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I found that pretty interesting. What else was that? Right. Yeah, like biting. Yeah. Trying to see, because normally I shut this thing off and I could always come up with something else, People tell me I should write down on a piece of paper a couple of topics I definitely want to hit on and then check them off as I hit on them. But then I feel like that's even a little too orchestrated. These things, I put it on and sometimes the conversation winds down a different road altogether, And I don't care. I turn the thing off. I post it. People like it. Woo woo. You don't? Fuck you. Anyway, that art one, that graffiti piece book one, it's had like 14,000 views in like the first couple of days. Like the first day, it had like 11,000 views or something. I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Second day, I'm like, wow, that is that video has been viewed the most, and it's got the most attention, the most questions, and everything, I believe. So I'm like, wow, that's interesting content, I guess. The funny thing is, I just said I got this new black book, right? And on that old black book, I drew that on my Patreon. I have a camera right here. I just sit there drawing all throughout the whole book. I don't fast forward. I don't chop out anything. I'm not using no tracing or light boxes or projectors or none of that shit. It's just me saying, all right, let me go like this. Let me do it like that. Sometimes I'll do a whole mess of shit and just actually erase it. And it's all straight through on my Patreon with other stuff too, like me actively out there smashing shit. But I don't know how my Patreon people like me doing in black book. Like, think about it, like, oh, come on, man, like this shit. I don't know. So I'm starting to think that maybe I should do it like a live. Like I'll have my black book here and I'll be videoing it. The reason I'm asking is I would like you guys to comment. Maybe that's what I'll start doing on a certain day. I could have the camera here and I'll go live and I could read some questions while I'm drawing and you guys could see what I'm drawing. Maybe you guys could even help me. Maybe we'll do it as a community. We'll build it. You'll be like, yo, swing that arrow over this way or lift that part up this way. Or, that shit sucks, your toy, whatever. It's all good. We'll just sit here. We'll have some fun with it as I go through that piece. But I'm thinking I'll wait until January 1st of the new year to start writing in the book. This way I could just calculate it as that year for the book. But I don't know. I banged out one book in like 4 months, 5 months. And, that's just, I have it right here. If you want to see it, check out the video. It's like 1 or 2 before this one. And then what did I say I was going to save in the video? I don't remember. I'll watch it back and I'll play it. Take care of yourselves, people. Happy Veterans Day. And thank you for your service to all the military. One more time, guys. One more time. You know what I was just thinking? Reference material with artists that's not even dealing with graffiti. Just if I wanted to do a painting of Jesus Christ, how would I go about that? I would be thinking about the references of all the paintings and what I could think of, all the Da Vinci, shit like that, Michelangelo, and you would assume how Jesus is and you could paint him on a cross or something like that. But even if I was drawing you right there, the listener, the watcher, I would have to look at you and copy what I see. Like, is that biting? Like, that's biting God, right? No, think about it. That's some weird shit. Yeah. Like, if it's like I don't know, King Tut, anything of the past or anything biblical. Like, all the paintings and creations are pretty much based on paintings and stuff from before, which gives you reference material as to how you would approach it now. Like Medusa, a lot of Greek mythology and stuff like that. And, Just, yeah, if you really want to start going down that rabbit hole, my man, that's a crazy one. Yeah, think about that for a minute. Or even, yeah, even with comic books. Like when, what was it, Spider-Man 300 came out? Remember, it said 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, and had Spider-Man in the middle. It was all red, that Amazing Spider-Man issue 300. Right? Then you had, I believe, not Deadpool, Spawn 300. Yeah, and he did an homage to that cover, 300, 300, 300, like the same exact thing, except it being Spider-Man, it was Spawn. And they do that a lot in comic books, a lot. Like the Batman 136 or something. We standing up like, and it's got the thing behind him, and they do that about 4 or 5 times throughout the decades. Yeah. So, yeah, I told you guys I'd come up with more things to talk about once I turn it off. So I'm back again. No, but I was thinking the characters. Most of them things are licensed by Hanna-Barbera. You have Looney Tunes, Daffy Duck is in there, Death's Head, right, is the Transformers, Micronauts, Heckle and Jekyll, Hanna-Barbera, right? Like these are copywritten characters that are licensed, that belong to corporations and companies, just like Von Baudet and his son, Mark, with the Baudet characters and stuff. Yeah, people, like just think back at all the trains, like Donkey Kong. Remember that? Or the shark ones? But no, the shark ones, I think they did that off something else. I don't think that was anything that I could think of. I remember Street Sharks later on in life. But yeah, you think back all that shit. Dick Tracy, right? Yosemite Sam, all those characters. Characters that are something that these graffiti writers see in the street, or they're into comic books. Howard the Duck with Lee. As a oh wow, I like Howard the Duck. I'm going to draw Howard the Duck. Like, yeah. So and even the characters in the book. I mean, not all of them, but like Heckle and Jekyll, for instance. I look at a picture of Heckle and Jekyll. I look at it and I draw it. Oh well, his beak goes like. Just I guess if you would come out of your pocket and go on my Patreon, you would actually witness me drawing this stuff from scratch. The point where it's just a pencil, a pink eraser, and me drawing on a piece of paper in a black book. No tricks or nothing, no tracing equipment or anything like that. I sit through it step by step. I don't speed up the camera or anything. So I don't know what else to say other than join my Patreon. Now, what's the other thing? Yeah, but that's pretty much the way characters and stuff and people paint them on trains and stuff. I couldn't think of another way. And even John 156, he done heavy metal characters from the heavy metal magazine. I remember Xerox. He had him on with the glove thing in the face. He's done Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I mean, that's graffiti. Just for you to say that in itself shows you, what little you know about graffiti in Amsterdam. Fucking Amsterdam. That's crazy shit. I got another funny one for you. I actually deleted the original version because I kept saying writer's block, but it's really artist block. He did this episode. It actually came out a couple of years ago. But, I scroll through it. I watch some of his stuff. I want to learn about the graffiti culture. So I'm watching, and he gets into this whole thing about the tags going over the stickers, which is true to me, fuck stickers. But, it's a numbers game with stickers. He's like, people sit there and just boom, 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 boom. So it's okay. And then you got your fill-ins that go over your tags. And then your pretty much your pieces and your burners and your masterpieces could go over fill-ins, like blockbuster stuff. Well, he didn't actually use that term, but he said like masterpieces and stuff are what the person might assume to be a masterpiece. And like in your mind, it might be a masterpiece, but in the person you're going over's mind, it might not be a masterpiece. He said, but then you got to take, see, this is where I come into play. Then you take the longevity. Like I followed this guy's path. I figured he must know what he's talking about. I go on to YouTube and I say, yeah, let me see. I want to get out there. I want to see what's going on. And I figured, let me be in tune with the younger generation, So I listen to a guy like Bible, man, for real, like scripture, man. I went out there, everyone started crossing my shit out, threatening to kill me and everything, man. You fucked me up, bro. Bad advice, man. Almost getting me killed out there, man. No, I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, it was funny because it's he says like, oh, what you? He's funny, he's good, man. Definitely check his show. I don't know the guy from A Hole in the Wall. I used to make fun of the way he talks when I started out here. But yeah, I watch his stuff and he's like, what you might like what you think is a master. But the person you're going over might not look at it that way, But he says you got to take into effect like the writer and like his contributions to society, like the graffiti community and whatnot. So I'm like, yeah, I fit in there. Like I'm like legend, yo. Like I'm thinking like, yes. He's like, pretty much people like that, like me, can go over you guys and stuff. So, I blame him, man. You fucking get all nasty with me for, man. Yeah, go blame him about that shit. I thought I was taking good advice from like a worthy source. And then all of a sudden, you guys are all twisted up with that shit. But nah, in all reality, all joking aside, I watch the guy, I'm just playing around making jokes and shit. But I found that shit funny because, he's like, if like the length of time you've been in the game and what you've accomplished and shit and this and that. I mean, shit, that's me through and through. I'm legendary status here. I could go over these guys. But all in all shit aside, man, you guys got to do shit bigger, man. I ain't go front, man. You guys are like, them shits is like little wash machines. Like, I'm like out there taking out whole fucking blocks. Oh, tearing that shit up, dumping out 10 cans, fucking, you guys out there half a can and shit. You're like, oh, and then like I do the whole bow, I take the whole shit out, big shit. You guys have a heart attack. Your shit is like the hole in my arm, literally like the size of the hole in the D, or like when I do monster faces, like the size of my monster face's fucking nose. It's like, yeah, man. I'm like, boom. And you guys say, ow, my filling. Oh shit, it is on. Fuck that, yo, RD this, that. And I'm like, what? Like, are you for real? But yo, I swear, man, them shits is like, I don't know, I never understood that. Even back in the train days, man, like I said, I hung out with a lot of people that did fill-ins and shit. But I was like, yo, this is bullshit. Like, why am I wasting all these calories and energy? Like, just running around doing little ones like everyone else. Like every fucking body else. Think about that for a minute. Like everyone else. I'm like, no, man, there's got to be another way. Like, I'm like, yeah, just go huge. Fucking huge. That was my mentality. Like, do one big one. And, like, you do get more talk in the town that way. Like, I'm serious. If you run around and do, like, 50 fucking fill-ins, and I do one whole car, yo, Monday morning pulls around, school and all that shit, and everyone's going back to work, and them shit's pulling in on the track. People are going to be bargaining on that fucking 2-letter RD, the whole fucking side of a train. That's big for 2 letters. Most people have 4-letter tags, 5-letter tags, and shit like that. But just for 2 huge letters, like an R, half the car, a D, the other half of the car. That is fucking impressive. That shit sits in people's brains, man. You can have these little fill-ins. People could be walking in and out of these trains all fucking week. And, oh, yeah, there's just another one of those and another. Like, that don't mean nothing. Like, it's just the game was too saturated, man. Yeah, fuck. I mean, that was my honest opinion. And I think it's the same with graffiti. Like, it's almost all a blur if you ain't hanging off the side of a building. Like, you people are running around, like, doing them little fill-ins. Like, I just hate that shit. Like, it's always been, like, a pet peeve of mine. Like, someone really, like, run around and do a fill-in like this thing. And I'm like, yo, I can do a tag that big. Like, what's the purpose? Like, step up, man. It's like, and then I come out and I'm like, oh, I'm boom, 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 and it's like a reason for you guys to bitch and shit. And like, that's another thing I don't get. Like, I was saying before, it's like, you guys were breastfed too long or some shit, man. Yeah, like your mommy told you, like you were like important and shit. Like you're like God's gift to this earth or something. But no, but I was young once. I get it. I understand and shit. And like I say, I'm like the cheat code in the graffiti game. Like you want to become famous, come fucking with me. That's how it happens. Yeah, yeah. What else was there? Right. So we talked about all that, and I really do. I like that guy's show. They should have me dying. He's like, if you're a graffiti writer, I'm watching the video, like if you're a graffiti writer of like some kind of stature, like of legendary status or something like that, then, you kind of got the right of way. And I'm like, oh, keep saying it. I go out there, balls out there, shit up, y'all fucking with me, man. Yeah, that's all right, man. Fuck the haters, yo. Take care of yourselves, man. Peace.